Okay, so I was having some play in the steering wheel, and as you can see in this video, I checked both the top U-joint and this bottom rubber U-joint to see which one might be causing the issue. And you can see the top one above the U-joint and below the U-joint seems to move together as the wheel is jiggled back and forth. And this bottom one, the top of the U-joint, seems to move more in relation to the bottom of the U-joint. So this bottom U-joint is more of the problem than the top. I don't even notice any issue with the top one. So this bottom one I'm going to change out. This is easy to do. I'm right inboard of the left front wheel, and if you take off the bottom tray, then you can get to these E12. So there's an E12 right down here, and there's an E12 right here. Depending on the orientation of your steering wheel, some of these might be hard to see. It's a little dark right here because I can't get but so much light down here and put my body in this position. So there is an E12 right there, and you'll see them. They're plain as day once you get down here and start looking at your steering shaft. Okay, turn the wheel of the car so that one of the E12s points straight down, and then you can zip that off and then turn so that the other one points straight down, and you can take the other one off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a wedge flathead or something in between the gap there on both the top half and the bottom half to spread those tines apart to make it easier to slip off of the shaft and off of the spindle here. Once you get those tines loose, or the two halves loose, then you can stick a flathead in here and pry up on the bottom of the shaft and get it to come off of the splines of the steering rack. And of course I'm going to need two hands to do this, so I won't be able to get it on video. But basically I'm just working this thing back and forth with this flathead to get this Guibo U-joint off of the splines. If you work it back and forth enough, you'll get it to pop off of this bottom part here, and then you can just kind of move it to the side and then pull it off of the top part. Okay, while this out, I just want to point out that there's a dimple here in the top side. That's where the bolt goes through, and then in the bottom piece there's this hole here in this piece of plastic. That's where the bolt goes through, and there's also a relief in the actual splines. So I'm going to clean off these splines and then I'll put the new one on. Okay, now I got the part back on. As long as you don't move the shaft, just don't spin the shaft while the thing's apart, and don't move your tires so the steering rack stays the same. You really can only be off maybe a spline or two on the bottom because of the way this thing's made. So the top fits in only one way, and the bottom, which has that plastic guide, will only fit in one way too. And yeah, you could probably be a spline or two off on that bottom and have it fit around that piece of plastic, but that's about it. So I would say just be careful. Don't move your steering wheel while you have it off, and don't move your wheels, and then put it straight back on the way you took it off, and you should be fine. If not, you can always come back under here and tweak it a spline or two afterwards. Once you get it off once, it should be easier to get it off the second time. And so now I'll just put the some thread locker on both the bolts and put those E12s back in, and that'll be it. Okay, you torque those two down to 22 Newton meters, or 16 foot-pound, I believe. And that's it. And you put your tray back on the bottom the aluminum pan, and then that's it. Take it for a drive, see how it works.